All right, adventures. That's right, still riding the wave of that ultimate ability and taking control over this, the finale of Season 2 of Mercs of Mischief and Too Many Warlocks. Now, there's going to be some interesting opportunities to affect the game aside from what we normally have, but I will kick it over to Puck to explain exactly what that is.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief. It's finale weekend, y'all. Everything has culminated to this, and if you argue differently, I'll deny it. But you have a chance to affect the game. You can use these piles of gold that we have been building up over the years to affect the game in meaningful ways. You can add to the Phyrexian horde. You can strike at them as the Academy, and you can heal these lovely party members that are before you. And throughout the game this weekend, NPCs will be placed in danger. If our heroes cannot save them in here, then our heroes out there can save them. And on that one, be sure to enter the name of your character that has come to save these NPCs. And it will be just worked into things. Isn't that fun?
Puck, real quick.
Yeah.
Camera, like, can you keep the camera down just a touch?
Oh, am I up too high? All right, hang on.
There's a couple people in chat that are like, that are upset because they've spent all their points on custom emotes.
So this is important to note. When they released the channel points, we were like, sure, yeah, we'll sign our channel up.
Do something with that.
We didn't really think it through of what to do with it, and so we wanted to give you guys something to do with it before we turn them off. So burn up those points today and tomorrow, because then they're going away. Because it's some, maybe in the future we'll figure out something to do with them, but we'll plan it before.
For now, we're gonna shut them off, and then we're gonna figure out what to do with them in the future, if we do decide.
Now, if you don't have enough to get one of the options there over in the bottom left of the screen, there is the community gold that you can just dump your extra golds into to collectively work together.
Yep.
And
it is a max of 2,000. So
per day.
Well, never mind then. Oh shit.
I don't know how to change that. If somebody does, let us know in chat and I'll fix it.
But we'll go on with that. All right. Simple announcements today. It's finale weekend. We're doing the finale today and tomorrow. On Tuesday, we got Trash Bin. We're going to do some kind of game on that. On Tuesday, World Weavers is continuing on Thursday, and on Wednesday night, we kind of got a special event that kind of happened with us. We're going to be playing Asunder, which is a brand new RPG that has a Kickstarter up with the game's creator on a Wednesday night, and our friends Duke from One Shot Questers and Dingo from Dingo Doodles will be joining us. So we're getting some folks together. We're going to play a game. This is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to want to check that out on the coming Wednesday night. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Also, Hero Forge sponsored the thing.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
Hero Forge is our
Let's not forget that.
Hero Forge is our sponsor. They are sponsoring these episodes. Thank you so much to Hero Forge. Cool. I got an emote from Deadpool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Hero Forge for sponsoring these episodes. Be sure to check them out.
Ultimates.
Makes a great gift.
You just got a round of ultimates. That was the 25 emotes.
Yeah.
Everybody got an ultimate.
Yeah, for Prime,
All
Jubetta,
right.
Lilith, Guy, and Kashano.
All right.
Okay.
What? Watch this.
All right, and they are marked. All right, so again, thank you so much to Hero Forge. It's the holidays. Get a gift card for your D&D or RPG friend that is out there in the world. I'm sure they appreciate it. And get on board with that stuff. And thank you so much to our sponsor, Hero Forge. Now, time for the recap. Okay, so this season,
Coffee.
yeah, started with rather innocuous beginnings. We fought murderers, we quested in Schult, and over time we found out that there were alternate dimensions. There were alternate versions of the heroes that we know and love, and they engaged in what was perhaps a bad plan to swap universes with their alternate selves in an effort to maybe have better things. A lot of whiz-crikey explosions and all these kind of things happened. And it all eventually boiled down to this, where we have both versions of our alternate selves facing down an invasion by an otherworldly being that threatens to consume both worlds. At this convergence of worlds, this difficult events where all of the worlds are colliding together. And in the midst of all of this, as the alternate selves had sat down and sorted things out and decided to, put their differences aside and help out in the battle, Zelos betrayed his alternate self just before the battle started. And now, the battle is fully engaged. But first, I have to introduce you to our players. Starting with, we're going to go across, starting with Miss Jubetta fucking Not, Sea Elf Cleric, and her alternate self, the Moon's Fury, other Jubetta fucking Not. Also joining us is Kashano and Rolda and Darius and
I didn't
other
want to
Darius
crowd
on
the
control.
overlay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's
we're
fine.
just going with the main man down here, but I do have props for the other.
Oh, good. You're ready for
no,
him?
I don't have my glasses.
So he's like, and Becky. And then, of course, we have Norbog, our Hugbear Barbarian, and our Hugbear Druid. The two different Norbogs here today. And then, of course, we have Lilith Singer, and we have Lilith the Hell Singer together in battle today. And we have Angelo the Bard and Angelo the Patronless Warlock joining us today. And then we have Penn the Cleric and Penn the Warlock joining us today. And
That's
last but not least, we have...
You said the same thing twice.
Hey.
Gibutomps, the Asimar Warlock, and Gibutomps, the Asshole Warlock. No. Both searching for
I'm so glad that I thought it and you said it.
I can't believe it took 2 years.
It's just, you call them garbage gee on the things. I'll lean into it. So,
before we
with
jump
that
in,
there you go.
Oh,
Angelo, don't feel left out. You got yours now too.
Well, thank you.
can you give us a recap of who has ultimates and advantage rolls gifted at this moment?
Penn has one ultimate. Guy has one ultimate. Penn, you used 2 ultimates last game.
You gave everybody
Don't even
death
start
ward.
with me. You gave everybody death wards twice. All right.
Sneaky.
The sheet knows. Jubetta has 2. And from looks of it, 1 advantage. Norbog has 3. Kashano has 1 and 1 advantage. To use between his 3 characters.
Oh, they're all pooled?
They've got to share. Yeah, I'm just pooling them together. And Lilith has 1 ultimate, 2 advantage, and Guy has 1 ultimate. And Angelo has 1 advantage. And the Dungeon Master has 2 charges.
Is that including what we got today in the chat?
Oh, did I get it? Well, look, from the chat, those are strikes against the Phyrexians. I think that the gold is bought. I didn't see any new charges for me.
Oh no, Deadpool dropped another
for everybody else's stuff?
ultimate for Angelo.
Oh, okay.
And there was the earlier ultimate for
yes, I did calculate those
like
in.
everybody else.
Let's put another ultimate for Angelo.
Okay.
All right. I think I got them all ready.
It's tough because you guys are so generous and amazing that it's hard to
you
keep
guys
track.
are just piling up all this cool stuff, and I'm gonna keep track of it. I will be your buff accountant. Not actually a buff accountant. I don't have the body for it. Now, it has 2
And
meanings.
no one argued.
It's okay. It's all right. My pride can handle the hit. It's fine. Okay.
Sorry, I'm updating the stream information, which I forgot to do earlier. I mean, you're a golden Adonis.
Right, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that while you're updating the stream info. So, allow me to set the scene. And we are going to use a creepy sound. So, in the midst of everything, as these 2 teams have been summoned to the same place, the ground shook and the worlds began to collide. What once was 2, 1 were the darkest scenarios, where the Avalon Knights Academy was destroyed, and our heroes were plunged each into their own form of darkness. And the other world, where everything did not work out that way. Where things went a little bit more smoothly, and life, by this measurement, seemed idyllic. But now those worlds are becoming one. And the energy being thrown off by this is substantial. You can feel it going off around you. Building. As this massive horde of creatures rises from the earth. And amongst them, this enormous circular ring, seemingly constructed out of various iron parts, various flesh pieces, and like a sheet of black tar rises and shimmers throughout it. And as the energy builds, the shimmering tar changes shape, and you can see in the distance a star field, deep space, and at the center of it, a world surrounded by 5 different colored glowing orbs, seemingly erupting with molten steel and burning smoke. And it's coming to your world. And in the moment before it seems that it will arrive, there is a flash of light. And a half-naked barbarian and his cookie friend streak across the sky and sever the ring with a vorpal sword. And before they can rise and reveal themselves to you, they shimmer away, almost like a glitch in the universe, locked in time somewhere else, a side effect of the sacrifice they had to make. And now, in the midst of the laughter of alternate Zelos, the army charges, and the battle begins. So, folks, this is the state of play. You have both versions of the Avalon Knights on this side. You have the charging armies of the Phyrexians on this side. They're incoming. You have your alternate selves alongside you, along with another invading force of the Avalon Knights. At this point, I would ask everybody to roll initiative, please. And just once, because we'll do it for both of you. Or in some cases, all three.
Okay.
Well, here's an interesting question.
Do I get to pick which one?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I have two different initiatives to roll.
Yeah, see, mine are the same, so I just went with it. Oh!
I went with the better one.
You can pick. I'll let you guys pick. I trust you.
Mine are both the same, so likely.
All right.
You don't have to turn tracker up.
That's okay. I'll go analog.
There's Darius.
I'm going to go analog today. All right, we got 21.
When it restarted, I couldn't help seeing the scene from Monty Python with the knight attacking the castle, and every time they cut away, he's back where he started.
All right. And then we have all right. All right, starting at the top of the round with Norblock.
Which one of me?
Both
of them?
However you choose to act, there's an invading force of bizarre monstrosities, each one an amalgamation of sharpened steel spikes and twisted flesh. These beings have been crafted from the scavenged remains of all the most powerful creatures they could find in the Forgotten Realms.
Cool. Do any of them look like the giant dragon beast that I saw in Druid Norbog's vision, or are we not there yet?
You're not there yet.
I think so. All right, let's just full dumbass charge ahead then.
All right.
Yeah, let's go with Barbarian Norbog first.
All right.
I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm actually not even gonna move. I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna take a potion. Or not rage. I'm not gonna rage. I'm gonna take a potion. No, I'm gonna save raging. Sorry. I'm gonna take a potion.
All right.
Does that show up? Yes. I'm taking my potion of fire of giant strength. So that I have super strength. So yeah, does that change anything on my sheet? How do I use that?
Well, we're just gonna have to add it.
What's your strength now? Yeah.
My strength now is
18?
15? 15.
Sure you're looking at the right version of you?
Currently only have
Yeah.
You only have currently +2 to your strength?
Yeah, I have a +2 strength.
25 is what, +8? I think? I think it's
No,
plus
I think it's
8,
like +5.
Is it?
But let me just double
We
check.
should probably know this, considering we've been playing this game for that long.
Right? We're the
but,
dungeon
yeah.
masters.
Yeah. Either way, add many to all your hits. That's basically what that boils down. Many,
All right.
many.
Tell me how many to add to hit, and I'll do it.
I sure will. All right. So 25 is actually +7. We were close.
+7. So
right,
add
so
+5
add
to whatever
+7.
you roll, because you normally have +2s,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so +5
So just
to
add 5.
everything.
All your physical attacks. Yeah.
Okay. So Norbog holds her ground, drinks a potion, and Norbog, there is something that happens when you drink this potion.
Yeah.
Something extra.
Yeah.
You get bigger.
How much bigger?
That reaction was worth it.
Up to 8 feet.
You
I'm
get
already like 7 feet.
you get fire giant sized.
How big is that?
Fire giants
Fire giants
are about
18 to 20?
I'm gonna say
Because they're kind of in the
about 20
middle,
feet
aren't they?
tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
you
I'll
are
take
now a 20-foot tall barbarian Norbog.
Cool. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Next
and
up.
then I guess it's Druid Norbog's turn.
Yep.
What I'm gonna do? I didn't think I'd have to go first with her.
All right.
Let's just attack the nearest thing near me with Thorn Whip. Let's start small.
All right. So you lash out at these armies with thorn whips. You catch some of the weaker, kind of spidery ones, and you lash at their front line, and a few of them scatter.
Cool.
Just
Works for me.
bits. All right. Pen and pen. My 2 pens.
Hello.
What do you got?
Okay, so Prime Pen will start because you got to with Armor of Agathis. So I'll go ahead and get that going. And then Alt Pen will cast Aid. And I'm going to cast that at 3rd level. And I'm actually, because I saw Norbog run forward, I'm going to cast it on Alt Pen and both Norbogs. And that should give temporary hit points to both of them for all of us. So,
How many?
yeah, they have 10 additional temporary hit points on top of whatever they've got right now.
Druid Norbog needed that, so thank you.
And then, yeah, we'll just prep. Oh, and then I guess Alt Pen, because I forgot he could do this, he's like, oh yeah, and foop, that is a spiritual weapon. And we are on standby ready for the next thing.
All right. Your spiritual weapon is ready to go. Next up, we've got Guy. Now, Guy, you've made a lot of preparations for this.
Yep.
You were getting this all ready to go because you knew this moment was coming.
I would like to start with Guillaume, actually. So,
oh,
that's okay.
Absolutely. Oh, sure.
Yeah. Because it's easy. They're still like, sort of in the distance, right? Like quarter mile away, sort of thing.
They're coming. They're coming up on you. Yeah.
Guillaume just drops his pack and all of his stuff. Puts his hand there to make sure the package is still there. Climbs over the defenses and starts walking directly towards them.
All right.
And that's it.
So that's what Guillaume's
my
doing.
movement and my action. I'm just walking towards this big, boiling, massive enemy.
All right. Now, for Guy, you have your army at the ready. They're waiting for your command.
How many? I was wondering.
The group that you have of capable units is a few thousand strong right now.
Oh dear. Okay.
A side effect
case,
of the Civil War.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's plenty.
You're uncertain of exactly how
in that
many are coming.
Right.
From the other worlds.
As we're dropping back from that world back to this one, I put out the probe again to all the other angels we met, all the ones in the alternate worlds, and I'm calling them out. It's time to be angels. It is time to earn your wings. Come and do battle like the heroes that you are. And then we can continue to just plummet through, because I'm not making either one of those entrances yet.
All right. So that's coming down for Guy. Jubetta.
Yep. Jubetta. First thing is Prime Jubetta is going to give Bardic Inspiration to Alt Norbog. Yes. Sorry, I gotta follow the path in my head of it.
I'm writing it all down.
Yeah. So Prime Jubetta gives Bardic Inspiration to Alt Norbog. And then Spiritual Weapon to I'm just gonna roll damage anyway, even if that doesn't hit. Just to...
Oh, that's fine. Look, it's basically a wall of creatures. You're gonna hit something.
Yeah, right. And then Alt Jubetta is going to cast. Alt Jubetta is going to cast Magic Circle.
All right.
On as big a on an area as much as she can.
All right.
To try to keep, it's a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder. And they can't willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means. If they try to do so, they have to do a charisma throw. And they have a disadvantage on attack rolls of targets within the cylinder. So around as many people as I can on our team, I'm going to cast Magic Circle.
All right. And this enormous magic circle forms around the team.
And then
if
also...
you will, the teeth of both sides.
And what? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then, because also Cleric, bonus action, Spiritual Weapon. And then that's it.
All right. Now then, we have got, after Jubetta, we've got Lilith.
Hi. Okay, so Prime Lilith is gonna walk up to Prime Jubetta, put a hand on her shoulder, and just be like, all right, let's get through this like we do always. And casting Bardic Inspiration on her. And then she's gonna go and cast Greater Invisibility and will take flight. And will arrange herself in a good position to start fighting.
Very well.
Lilith is going to smile mischievously and just be like, all right, let's see, this one can be more exciting than in hell. And do that little rolling her shoulder thing and get ready. And we'll cast Fairy Fire so we can have advantage on the enemies.
All right. The entire front line of the enemies light up as these wisps of hellfire begin to float all around them, marking targets for you.
Okay. So, after that, yeah. I'll hold on to my Bardic Inspiration, see what happens next. So,
All right.
Lilith will also take flight and get an idea of how the battlefield looks like. So,
Very well. Next up, we've got Angelos.
Can't hear you.
Oh.
Can't hear you. Angela.
We got no audio. Angelo,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
yeah, we can hear you now.
Excellent. Okay, sorry about that. So this is all my hand gestures. I'm a noob. Please forgive me as I try and figure out the start of this battle. I have very few hit points from previous things. So did all of our hit points reset before we started today?
Yeah, we'll say you got rested up.
Okay, great. And then the second thing is, are these creatures within range of certain spells? Like, how close are they?
You can hit them. You can hit them with whatever you need to hit them with. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. So, flavoring some stuff now. The two Angelos had met up, and one of them knew that the other one existed, and the second one, Alt, didn't know that alternate Prime Angelo existed. So after they had that little buddy chat, Prime Angelo turns to alternate Angelo and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "I promise we can get through this together," and gives Bardic Inspiration to his alternate self. And then turns directly to Norbog, because they've had their little intimate moment, and he says, "Norbog, do you trust me?"
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I need a little bit of your fur. Can you give me a little bit of your fur, please?
Yeah, and I squat down because I'm 20 feet tall at this point, and I take a little from what doesn't hurt. Yeah, I take some off my forearm and okay, there you go.
All right.
Perfect, thank you. And I whisper a little bit of incantation into my hands, and I sprinkle the fur over as much of her as I can because she's so huge. And I cast Enhance Ability on her, and I'm choosing the Cat's Grace. So you have advantage on dexterity checks. You also don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Oh.
Which is basically just a long step for her now anyway.
Just her falling down. Yeah.
Tripping?
I was going more for the dexterity because she's so big. And then excellent, happy to help. And then looks over to alternate Angelo. "You're up, bud. What you got?" Alternate Angelo felt the Bardic Inspiration and was kind of moved. But the first thing he's going to do is what he does best, and he throws Eldritch Blast to the masses. And then the Bardic
Remember, you get
Inspiration
advantage.
gains me
Yeah, you do get advantage. Yeah.
Because I casted Fairy Fire, you can now.
Lilith has lit everybody up for
Plus each one is 3, so roll 6 times technically.
Whoa, what? Roll another 4 times?
Well, each one gets 3. Each at level 5 and up. Each Eldritch Blast is 3 blasts, and you get advantage on all 3 of those. So you roll 6 times.
Yikes! Amazing. Okay, so now I just see a bunch of numbers.
Okay, so here's how this shakes out. Angelo, with the inspiration of your alternate self, you rise up and you summon all of your warlock power, the strength of your sword glowing within, and with a swing of your packless blade, rays of brilliant light fly out, arcing through the sky and smashing into the Phyrexian front lines with explosions. Scattering bunches of them, but the horde keeps on coming.
Rock on, dude. That was amazing. I knew you could do it. Thanks.
Eldritch Blast the size of your arm.
Darius, what you got?
Okay. Let's see.
Darius Kashano and oh god,
Rolda.
So I guess in reaction to like everything that's going on, Rolda's like, Rodan! Well, hey, we had a thing with the bomb. Where we put the bomb? We gotta put good things in the bomb, right? Kind of directing this towards, I guess, either Jubetta or Cookie. Like, what was the plan with this arcane bomb? We gotta put the happy box in it, or Rolda has to go in it, right?
Do we know where the bomb is? Does anybody know where the
we
bomb
like
is?
discussed the bomb, and then we
as far as
cut
I know,
to all
the bomb.
characters,
Yeah,
so
we
we
cut,
never
yeah.
actually did the bomb part. But we talked
Yeah.
This
about
is that
it.
moment where Rolda says that,
Yep.
and everybody looks over to this raggedy,
Yeah.
half-destroyed cart with like this casing of an arcane bomb sitting on it.
Oh, good. Jubetta just points. I imagine everyone probably is like, it's over there.
Oh,
Well,
All right,
I didn't
that's
know
another
Rolda was
roll.
here. Now she has an ultimate. So
Another ultimate.
Oh,
for
there we go.
Kasha rolled the dar.
well, where does it have to go?
I think it's got to go into the center of all of them. Try to get it at that big circle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Do we have like the box to put in it though?
You guys do, well, you do have the one box. Guy, before he left, had entrusted it to Pen, I believe.
Cookie.
Pen's got it.
Cookie.
Oh, he's got it to Cookie, so Cookie's got the box.
Cookies.
Look,
Cookie's
if I
got
have
it,
to be
yeah.
the bomb, I'm fine with that. I just gotta know what the plan is.
We got this, but we're gonna need a little more. And there's whistling. Ah, there it is. I've got the second box. He won't be needing it for a while. And other Zelos pulls the other box out of the coat of Prime Zelos and walks over with it.
Okay. I guess Rolda's gonna grab those, and she's gonna make her way over to the cart and start looking at it and figuring out where that's gonna go in. But before she walks away, she's like, "Okay, I guess I'll take care of this." And she like kind of waves an arm around and throws a blessing at 4th level, so that would be on. Okay, so 4 people.
All right.
So the 4 nearest people who need blessings. I guess those would go to Mr. Mustache Guy.
And
The
actually,
shiny one.
You could bless
Not
All of
here and way out in the middle of the field.
Okay, cool.
So
Well, yeah, she just kind of does and a little like stars bust out and pop up against everybody's face. So she's gonna go be taking care of that. Meanwhile,
All right.
Darius, is kind of seeing everything that's going on. He starts quickly working to. He already, clicked that button to start up the storm machine and kind of get it humming to life. He's going to quickly probably use this turn to try to fashion that wand of Whoopsie Daisy that you talked about.
All right.
With his
Wand.
using his enhanced wand. and that
I love that.
concentrated time. So,
All right.
and Kashano, as seeing one Zelos kill another one, is just kind of like, oh, that was the one I was starting to like. All right. I suppose we're just gonna go with the flow, and he's going to draw his sword, and he is going to pull it up into the air.
All right.
And just before he starts to slam it down, he's gonna look over at Jubetta, the alt Jubetta, and just go like, watch this. As a bonus action, Bardic Inspiration for her. And he's going to slam the sword down into the ground, and that is going to cause Earth Tremor to happen.
All right. And a wave of earth, like you're shaking out a rug, snaps and rolls over everything towards these creatures as they're all kind of flung into the air this way and that. And it just kind of continues to move and fade. You can see it wafting and moving between, like, over through the wave of this army as it is oncoming.
Jobetta's like, that's new. Dig that.
I know. I had no idea it would work.
And that is all my people.
Very well. Now, at the top of the round, the army arrives as the storm begins to build above you from the Weather Dominator. The storm begins to grow. The army smashes into the magical circles, and the conflict begins. But it seems that the Avalon Knights Academy has mustered their students and has unleashed a strike against the swarm.
There are several strikes against the swarm.
A lot of people contributed to the strike.
Well,
Oh, God.
there's contributions. There's also all redeemed. So there's one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one from earlier when we were chit-chatting. So there's at least two, and then they're 25% of the way to the contribution.
Yeah, it says,
All
mine
right,
says
so there are
28% of the way there.
All
Oh,
right, so we will
32%.
unleash-
He's got another one.
It's bombing. They are flying. It's not going
Academy-
to take long. There's another 2,000 going in.
Unleashes two strikes. So the collective students, instructors, and workers of the Avalon Knights Academy unleash a barrage of magic and ranged attacks that fly into the enemy lines, doing a total of 68 damage collectively across all of these creatures with the first bombardment. And we have two. Did we have two of those?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, one
And
was
your
from
second-
Wanderer, and I forgot who the other one was from way earlier.
Second one, not as good. The first one was really
Wow.
good. The second one was a 28. All right. So that rains down. And these massive explosions scattered everywhere. Ballista rip through Phyrexian hordes. And they come barreling down. And the first ones to be struck are the largest. Norbog and Alt Lilith. So Norbog and Alt Lilith, I'm going to need you guys to let me know if any of these break you guys' AC. Ooh, those are terrible
19
numbers.
would. Wait, no.
No,
Any of
2, 4, and
the.
11.
That's the total.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Never mind.
Never mind then.
I just saw the big number.
Norbog's like, ow! Oh, nope, you missed.
Oh.
Now,
Yeah.
So
the initial
19 is
strike-
the number?
no.
Then.
the numbers are 2, 4, and 11, or technically 4, 6, and 13.
I don't think that's gonna matter.
No. So the first line of the Phyrexian assault smashes against you and nothing else happens. The back line, I would ask everybody to make dexterity saves, and I believe you get advantage from the magic circle if I'm not missing my guess.
Does that mean I have triple advantage because I have advantage for Cat's Grace too?
Also, I'm invisible.
What does that mean?
Is that triple?
Well, it depends
Does
whose
it
rules
stack,
are
I guess,
playing.
is the
I'm not-
question.
I'm not in the circle, and I'm out in front because I thought they were still a quarter of a mile away, so I'm
Yeah,
not
this is
exactly sure where I am
Toronto.
at this moment.
Donna's
You
got a
are
20.
you
Although
are
if the answer
surrounded
is
in the midst
untouched
of
in the
it.
middle of the horde, then we are good.
Well, we're
It says
gonna
they
get
have
to you
a
in just a minute.
disadvantage on attack rolls, so.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. I'm gonna need those dexterity saves. All right. Anybody who got lower than a 12?
Lilith. Are we doing it
Hold
for
on, did
both,
only
or are we
one
doing
appear?
one for...
No, you can do them for each of your
No,
characters.
I got a 13.
Well,
Well, you
Norbog
kind
and
of
Laura-
fucked me there.
I got a 13.
Okay. Beams
Wait,
of
so-
light shine from the back of the Phyrexian swarm, and this arcing magical light hammers into your back lines, streaking across with rays of searing magic, causing to each person that rolled under 12 11 damage.
It's not as bad as I thought it was.
And just Norbog, I forgot to tell you, you got 7 temp hit points from that Cat's Grace too.
Oh, sweet. More math. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, that's good. There's a lot going on. It's fine.
There's a lot going on. Now, Guillaume,
Oh, yes.
the army has crashed into you as you are wading into it.
Oh yeah. You know what? The scene I'm seeing is Simba in the stampede scene in the bottom of the valley, just the Lion King. Yeah, yeah.
Are you
And then
attempting?
reaches in. Oh
Are
yeah.
you attempting
into
to
his
avoid
jacket.
any?
No, I'm waiting until they're right on top of me. I pull out the package of these notes, and I rip all 57 of them in half at the same time.
All right.
I did the actual math. They're susceptible to radiant light, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I vision this like a nuclear explosion. Because centered on me is 6,840 points of damage, which, to put that into perspective, is enough to kill 10 Tarrasques.
Wow.
Why are we fucking around with all these boxes and stuff?
Yeah, right? Just
Why
put
are
that
we
in the box.
Army's dead. We win.
And technically, it takes 3
Good night,
turns.
everybody.
So technically, it takes 3 turns. So that goes off, and then in that dead bubble, Guillaume just
Okay.
turns around and walks back to the wall.
So, can we spend
So-
the next couple days shopping and having a
Yeah,
holiday
right?
party?
Right? Just a nice,
like
fun
you're
time.
Vacation
We're just like, thanks,
time. Yeah,
So-
I think we're done here.
Here's how this shakes out. In the midst of everything, as the line crashes in you, Guy's out in the middle of this. The last thing you all saw of him, he was swarmed by these creatures. Suddenly, there is an eruption of bright light, and this column of radiant light shoots into the sky, taking up a massive area of the battlefield. Black figures inside that used to be part of the Phyrexian swarm seem to initially disintegrate as the swarm gives this section a wide berth. I will say this, though. Guillaume,
Oh, yes.
we have to see if you survive. survive being in the middle of the swarm before you get your thing off.
Yes. That is.
And I'll still let you get it off whether you die or not.
Okay. Okay.
But
what do you want from me?
We need to see if you survive.
Dex save?
Nope.
Is that what you asked for? Oh, what do you want?
Oh God.
Well, you're just gonna do damage.
I want you to tell me which one of those attacks hit you. Or which of those attacks hit you.
The two 19s.
The two 19s? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So, okay. So if the two 19s are the only thing that hits you, then you take...
But they're Phyrexians, so... Oh, actually, they're rolling at disadvantage because I have my magic cloak on.
Oh, that's true. So let's re-roll the two that did hit you.
Guillaume has a degree in sneaky fouguer. You can't hit him that easy.
He does have a degree. That cloak is handy.
I don't need my uncle to pull me out of this valley of death. I do it myself.
All right. That is still a 19 for one of them, but only an 8 for the other.
Yeah. So one hits.
All right. One hits. So the one that hits you doesn't do that much, but we'll see.
I mean, it's a
We'll see how you
multi-ton
feel
worm to the
after.
face. I'll take damage. Yeah, 22.
Well, this wasn't a worm. These are just some of the
that was your
creatures.
hit.
But, so you take
Okay.
17 slashing damage from this.
No worries.
And then
Hey, watch
you
it. That's
erupt
my
in-
good cloak, eh? And then piss me off, break my good cloak.
So that goes off in.
All right, so yeah, and then I turned around and walked back through the vaporous mist.
All right.
I'm done here.
Because after the vaporous mist clears, the clatter of steel and the screeching of Phyrexians continues. And after it is clear that they're not going to be vaporized in that area, they begin to flow back in. And so there's just Guillaume
So I start
in
walking
front
a
of the
quicker.
pack.
Yeah.
An army of
Yeah.
Phyrexians at his back.
Yep. And
And we
over
go
the
back.
barrier and behind everybody else. Yep.
We go back to the top of the round with Norbog. And
All right. So Barbarian Norbog is gonna start trying to clear a path for everyone through this sea of people, and so now I would like to rage. And I assume my Heart's Thorn Thicket grew in size with me.
you sure did.
And so I'm just gonna do what I do best and take some swings with the Heart's Thorn Thicket. And so I have to remember how to rage. Alright, so it's 2 plus damage to... Okay, I think I just roll it. I roll? No.
All right.
Alright, so that's
You're
the Heart's Thorn
So
Thicket.
that's 3 plus 5?
Yeah. Right.
So 20, no, sorry, 18. I know math. Hi. I do this every week, twice. So that is 18. You swing your club in a swath of these, and the Heart's Thorn Thicket is quickly stained black by the Phyrexian oil as you batter these creatures, wiping out a wave of them as they come up on you.
Cool. And I think that is all she can do. Yeah, and so then Druid Norbog. What?
I
Oh
believe
yeah,
you
I'm
have
raging.
enough
So I get another attack. Yes, thank
Yes.
you. It's been a while since I've barbarianed, so we're gonna hit him again.
All right.
Don't forget you have
so
advantage,
9 plus
so you could
5.
get crit.
All right, so you don't
Which is
catch
not
quite
me.
as many of them on the mat's backswing.
Yeah.
It's just
You also have Bardic
I just-
Inspiration.
I
And
do.
Fairy
you can
Fire.
Bardic Fire that if you want to clear.
Oh yeah, and
more of
Fairy
them.
Fire is cast.
Fairy
Oh god, there's so
Fire,
much going on.
remember,
There's so much
Please
going
remember
on.
Fairy Fire. You hit
Oh
with
god, so
advantage,
much is happening.
so that
You
means
do
you
have
could have a
advantage.
chance to a nat 20.
So you could reroll both
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah, I'll re-roll both and see if I get a nat 20 on either.
Guys, we have 15
And I
PCs
did!
in this combat.
I know.
Because I got
freaking
a crit.
insane.
All right, so here's how it goes
What
on.
are we doing?
Two big swings with her enormous Heartthorn thicket. As she batters Phyrexians away, you can see them flying off and sprouting into beautiful flowers as they scattered across the landscape. Her club is stained black with their oil, and she is smashing large groups of them. Next up, Pen.
No, it's Druid Norbog.
Oh, Druid Norbog. Sorry, my bad.
That was just
Druid
one.
Norbog.
That was just one. I
was
haven't
just
even
the
called my
appetizer.
Legion of Animals yet to make this more complicated. Don't worry, I
All right.
won't yet. I am... Yeah, I just look up at Barbarian Norbog and I'm like, who are you people? And on this battlefield, though, I trust Jubetta the most, or Alt Jubetta, so I'm gonna go follow Alt Jubetta right now, and we're gonna cast Entangle in the dirt in front of me, and I forget what that does, but it does what it says it does. So that hopefully I'm gonna slam some people to the ground with vines and hold them in place.
All right. So the front line of the Phyrexian army is stalled as the earth rises up and tangles of vines begin to wrap around them and pull them into the earth in wide swaths. And then there is a howl and barking on the horizon as the goodest academy boy, Riptide, dives into the fray and delivers a bunch of heckin' good bites.
Please
down
don't
on the
die. I'll
first
going to die. If you take this dog from me.
Protect the dog. That is our priority now.
Dives in, chomps up a bunch of them, and leaps back to the line. Thank you for the Academy Assist, Mudkip. So, after that happens, and Norbog begins strangling Phyrexians with vicious vines and roots, Pens.
Oh boy. All right. So seeing this Norbog, because I heard the conversation about the bomb being needing to like get to the center of it, and I saw Big Norbog, as I'm going to call them now, tearing through. So Prime Pen is going to cast Fly, 4th level, so on himself and himself. So there's that. And we are going to follow. We're going to follow behind Big Norbog, and then after she finishes her attack, Alt Pen will dip in and cast, using the Staff of Power, Lightning Bolt in front of her. And so that is 100 feet in front. That is a Dex 16, and everything in that line is just takes that if they fail that save.
All right. Because they're not able to maneuver effectively, after the Norbog's swing, lightning streaks down across the sky and begins to scatter these creatures in various directions, electrocuting tons of them with your strike.
Yeah. And then we'll just kind of hang back above Norbog, I guess. Like, we'll float there and just be on the watch for, like, whatever's next.
Like shoulder artillery.
Pretty much. Waiting for anybody to need healing.
All right. Next up is Guy and Guillaume.
Oh, I didn't know we were all the way around again. Guillaume just jumps over the railing, and probably looks absolutely exhausted and scared out of his mind. And he just crouches down behind the wall and starts to rock back and forth like he's done. He's got nothing left.
All right.
In the sky, there's one cloud, if I may be so bold. There's one cloud, and it starts to pop with little points of white light. Just pop, 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 pop. Like little tiny ball lightning is going off. They're all pure white light. Except for one Kind of a rainbow sparkle every once in a while. That's it for this turn.
All right. Next up, Jubetta.
Okay. So, Prime Jubetta, upon seeing Norbog kind of come back towards them, she's gonna start the charge forward. So she's gonna full moon shield activate. So that's radiant flash. Everybody within 10 feet of me, even outside of the circle or not, has advantage. And any enemies, I think, within that range also have disadvantage, I think. And I don't know, this one doesn't have the full thing in it like it does in Roll20 description on the thing. So I'm doing the shield, and then I will bonus action spiritual weapon just for, because why not, right?
Just for swinging.
Yeah. All right. And then Alt Jubetta is going to, now if you'll let me, so I have this trident, and one of the things is Conjure Elemental. And in the description it says I can do a CR level 5. If you'll let me, I'd like to use an ultimate to do a CR level 6.
Well.
If not, that's okay. I have a backup plan, but...
I mean, that doesn't sound very plus ultra to me. But for an ultimate, I think we need to go higher. So if you're expending an ultimate to use your summon elemental...
okay, but here's the issue, is that my plan really hinges on just like a 6. And I don't know any higher ones. So...
You can have your 6. You can have your 6.
He can be super buffed, that's fine, but I have a very specific thing that I'm doing here.
Okay, well, lay it out for me. And
I'm summoning an invisible stalker.
Okay.
An invisible stalker they're invisible, they are given a quarry by its summoner, they know the direction and distance to its quarry as long as the two of them are on the same plane of existence. And I'm telling it to find Darius.
All right. So you summoned an invisible stalker, and you've told it to find Darius. But your summon elemental also does another thing.
Okay.
In the pouring rain from the weather dominator, the pools of water coming down from the sky around you begin to hold in place, and then they come together to form a phalanx of water archons around you. As a summoned water force.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay. So, yeah, but I'm telling the stalker, find Darius, and take his hammer.
All right.
And she looks at Norbog. Both Jubettas look at both Norbogs, and they just nod. And then they all, as the spiritual weapon again, because
Yeah. Swing away.
Yeah. And then they all take a collective step forward.
All right.
Start the march.
So you take your step forward, a flash of moonlight, the front line is seared, they shriek in pain, covering their eyes. You summon your invisible stalker and set it about its dark task as your water archons join you in a charge, and the Avalon Knights Academy front line slams into the front line of the Phyrexian horde in an attempt to push them back. And of course, your spiritual weapons swinging away in the back, and groups of them just ping, ping, ping.
That's just like an afterthought. It's just like da da da.
Next up, we have Lilith.
This one's for you, Puck. I'm gonna shoot with my bow and arrow.
Finally.
But can we, pizzazz it by using an ultimate too? Or will that ruin the bow and arrow
You've got
effect?
No, look, it's fine. You got look. I'm looking at an ultimate on Lilith's sheet.
One,
If you would like to burn it in to use your bow and arrow, I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I can see that they're trying to pave way. I want to make sure that as they try to get inside the army, that there's not going to be a pincer attack. So I'm going to clear out like the left side or the right side, so they're not getting flanked.
All right. So
Or
you
trap.
fire into. Let's put you on the right side because that's how I'm imagining your placement.
Go for it.
So let's put you on the right side, and you draw your gnarled arc bow, and you fire, and the arrow glows with a bright green light, and as it streaks through this cloud of monstrous beasts, a bright green light glows around it. The arrow continues through target after target, much farther than it should, and eventually it begins to scatter them like a plow firing through just leaves as they fly off in every direction, and the arrow takes shape of a green spirit dragon tearing through a wave of these creatures.
Nice. I guess Lilith will go like, whoa.
You never used them.
Spells are fun. Anyways, all right, so alternate Lilith is going to see if there's a spot in the army that looks like it will help the team gain an advantage or to hinder the other side of the team we're going against. She's trying to find like a weak spot that's going to hurt them bad. You know what I mean?
It's difficult to tell with this crowd of creatures. Everything appears everything that looks really important appears to be way at the back with this unusual ring construct. You guys haven't seen Darius, alternate Darius, just yet. He seems to have not yet made his move. But the initial wave that is hitting you guys right now is all these various small creatures, no larger than like a cat or a dog. Some of them about horse size. What's coming next is the wave of larger creatures, and they seem to be moving forward now.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, if it will at all, but the power of the stone that I consumed, how do I activate that?
Well, I mean, it's flowing through you right now.
Is it?
What do you want to do?
Okay. How am I gonna get disadvantage for breathing fire in rain? This is not my element. I am at a disadvantage with this weather for me.
No, you will not get disadvantage for breathing fire. In fact, one might expect that with this new power within you, the fire that you breathe might be more substantial.
Okay. I'm gonna take my red dragon mask and breathe out some fire. Sorry, I don't know what was that.
Let her do it. All right, so Big Lilith takes in a
You
deep
inspire
breath.
cinnamon swirl in the process.
You mean cinnamon bun?
Hellsinger, could you
This guy
give
gets
me
it.
a singing? Could you give me a long singing ah?
Oh. Like Snow White, the whole. Oh. Or
How
we're going
do-
to try to
how
go
do
like
you
Death Metal, where we're
imagine
going like.
How do you imagine the Hellsinger sings when she is expelling flames?
Oh. Today you're gonna die! Death metal it.
And so you death metal it, and on that long
Thank
die that you
Agresco.
hold, a gout of flames shoot out and rake across these people, burning these Phyrexians, burning the flesh portions away until all that's left are the metallic husks. As the storm grows in intensity. And next,
Cool.
we have Angelo and Angela.
Oh, I'm really feeling that death metal. It's been a while, buddy. That's awesome. I also think maybe they should be called Too Many Bards now. It's too many bards, but that's okay. I'm gonna turn to my alternate self and go, like, that was pretty sweet. And your Eldritch Blast was pretty cool too, but it seems like these things are more susceptible to like lightning and thunder. So just check this out for a second. And he goes and pulls out his sword, and we all know that it's a singing sword that's got lightning and thunder. And I also read on my sheet that I can attack twice if it's an attack action that I'm taking. So I'm actually going to attack twice with the singing sword, and I'm going to sing a full verse of Starships, which I don't actually remember, but you can enjoy a couple lines.
That's
Here
good.
we go.
We can't clear it.
Starship, what makes you fly? Heads up and touch the sky.
It's not that
Just
we
like
can't afford it.
slash twice. You do not own any of it. No. Sword singing. Does that mean I roll it
Use it
4
in fair
times
use,
because
and
of
as a
attacking?
review, we think we really like the song.
I'm going to say that most of the ones that we had fairy fire on have been destroyed now. So I would ask you to roll it regularly again.
Okay, so that's the 2 that I just did. The first one was 21 and the second one was 16.
All right. So you swing, and with each swing, there is a concussive blast of your voice emanating from the sword. So you swing and cut one beast, and the blast pushes the rest of them back, and then they flow forward. You cut another one, the blast pushes them all back again. Waves of your own voice emanating from this sword. And you cut deeper into the lines, as I imagine you muster forward with the rest.
Yeah. That was impressive. I gotta say, I don't know how to follow that. I don't know what my own sword does these days. But thunder and lightning, you say? All right. I got thunder step, and so alternate Angelo's gonna use thunder step, and because it can move the characters and one other character, I'm gonna take my other self. So both Angelos are gonna thunder step to where Guy and Guillaume are, and then this is my plan. Please tell me if it's possible. Because I have my other self, can I use something special, an ultimate or an advantage, to do Bardic Inspiration twice, one for each Guy?
I would say
There's
that's
only one Guy here at the moment.
Oh,
there's only one Guy here.
There's only one
The
Guy
other one
here.
has
The other one's the other one's still in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the one Guy that I can
We're
get
only
to
on the first
close to
cutaway
anyone
Guy. So. I'm sorry, I interrupted. What was that?
I just said, is the Guy that I can get too close to anyone else?
I'm just behind the wall, hiding with my back to everything. So
Yeah, he's near a bunch of NPCs, but that's about it.
A little bit. Okay, I'll just do the one Bardic Inspiration when I get to you then. So Thunder Step, and then Bardic Inspiration to Guillaume.
Very well.
So many things.
He is inspired. Guillaume is inspired. All right. Roll the Kashana dice.
All right. So Kashano, seeing that he can apparently affect the land here, will, as he pulls the sword up, he just concentrates on envisioning the whole area, basically where our side is standing in a 150-foot cube, or a 150-foot square, just raising up into a 150-foot tall mountain. And as he does so, he's screaming, "We have the high ground!" And he's casting hallucinatory terrain. So it basically looks like there's a 150-foot cube mountain here. There is an intelligence save, but basically, as far as they'll see, a mountain just grew up, and anyone or anything coming out of it at them, supposing they don't pass the save, is going to look like it's just coming out of a mountain. But from our side, we'll be able to see where we really.
Okay.
While that's happening, this weather machine, is it something that... What are the mechanics of this? Is this precision strike thing? Is this an area of effect? Or is there no control over it? It's just going?
Well, it's warming up, and at the end of this turn, it'll be fully functional, and then you can utilize the controls to do precision strikes.
Okay, fantastic. While it's continuing to warm up... Darius pulls out Chadwick, and he drops him down, and he's like, "All right, buddy. Remember, this is what we practiced for. Ultimate fusion mode." And Chadwick just like unfolds, and there's two little spots, and I'm using an ultimate. Darius goes and steps into the two little like footprint areas, and Chadwick folds up around him. Basically, he's got like Hulkbuster armor.
Excellent.
Just in case he has to go toe to toe with the other one. And Rolda has gone over, and she's looking at the bomb thing and trying to figure out, like, okay, where do you put in the thing? How do you load the boxes in? Somebody
just put them inside, and then I'll help you open them up.
Oh, okay. And she puts them inside, and yeah, I guess we need to figure out how to open them up.
Well, once Rolda puts them inside, Cookie places his hand on the bomb and whispers something, and the boxes open up. And in an instant, this casing is filled with this bright, brilliant light, and it's humming.
All right, cool. So this seems like it's activated. Rolda's gonna be like, "Okay, I'll get it over to the army." And she grabs on, and she starts pulling on it like she's going to lift it up out of this cart and carry it over. And she keeps pulling on it. I'll get it! And I'm going to use Rolda's ultimate.
All right.
Her upper body starts to just like grow, Hulk out. Suddenly she's able to lift it a little bit off the ground, and at the same time, her wings start to grow until they're like the size of Hell Queen Lilith, and she just starts flapping. And so it's just this tiny little kobold with the super buff upper body and giant wings lifting this bomb slowly off the ground.
All right. So Rolda has engaged the bomb and is on her way to deliver it.
All the cool stuff I can think.
All right. And Kashana? All right, Kashana did his thing.
Kashana did the hallucinatory terrain thing.
He did do that. That was a thing that happened.
That should theoretically give, like, surprise or sneak attack or advantage or something for anything coming out of the invisible mountain.
This puts you all at quite a higher advantage of everything coming forward. But I will say that your two largest people who are up at the front lines of this thing were left out of it. It's just like the main force that's put forward. Your frontline fighters, the two giant women.
Yeah, anyone who's up in the fray.
Yeah, are leading the charge on this. And speaking of our two giant women, At the beginning of this thing, the next wave comes in, and as the next wave comes in towards you guys, the ground shakes again, and erupting from the earth are 4 of these massive worms. And they come barreling down on Lilith and Norbog to try and take them off of the front lines and
in the air?
alleviate
They
the
can
issues.
try.
Well, what about... I'm talking about Big Lilith.
Yeah, both Liliths can fly.
All right, well, I mean, they're real big.
All right.
Coming to get you.
Okay, doke. They're gonna get me.
All right.
Dex save, you said?
No, I didn't say anything yet. They're going to bite you.
Oh. Oh.
They're going to try and bite you. All right. There we go. All right.
As this is
So they
happening,
come in.
Norbog, you just hear like a very unhelpful like from both pens on your like behind you.
First bite against Norbog.
Yeah, that'll hit. Fuck me.
You don't have to worry about being devoured. You're too large, but you do take 19 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the second one.
Does Cat's
Yeah,
Grace help with that at all, or no?
Does which
It's a
No.
dex save.
Okay.
This is about the AC she has.
Yeah.
21 get you?
Yep.
All right. And the second hit gets you for 21 piercing damage. The next two come after the Hellsinger.
At least she got
First
good
one?
constitution, dude.
14.
Oh my god, no. Lucky.
And then the second one, 23.
That one hits.
And it bites you for 26 piercing damage.
That really hurts.
All right. And then next, somebody gets isolated. Jubetta. So,
What's up?
Prime Jubetta, as you wade into the fray, the Phyrexian line closes around you, and they unleash a flurry of attacks.
Okay. Only
+5, all of those. Looks like only one hits.
only one hits. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And that is... As soon as the dice roll. 2d6 plus 4. That is for 15 damage.
Okay.
All right. So after the Phyrexians stage their attacks, the storm grows and lightning begins to crackle in the sky. Gwendol Gearstrip and the remainder of the reinforcements from the Avalon Knights Academy arrive, as do a roaring cry from the sky, as a bunch of individuals riding wyverns begin to descend on the battlefield. And
Y'all are
attack
welcome.
smashing into them from all sides.
Prime Jubetta's just
And-
like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Jesus Christ.
With this additional assistance, the line is able to push forward again, deeper. The waves of Phyrexians come at you guys, and you cut them down. Norbog and Lilith are tangled up with some worms. It's a little rough, but you guys are making progress. It's steady. From the back, the WCW shows up. And they begin unleashing volleys of Eldritch Blasts along with you.
Oh, shit.
And at the back of the Phyrexian line, where they're desperately trying to repair their broken portal, Darius and his army burst forth from the earth. And Darius attaches a device that he made to the remains of the broken portal. And upon this, the portal begins to reconstruct and change shape. And it begins to take the shape of a giant mechanical citadel. It's Darius's perfect weapon to unleash upon all of you. And as this happens, you see this thing reconstructed back. All of the other Phyrexians stop just for a moment, as though their commands have been interrupted. And then they begin to surge forward again. And from the back, echoing from this new mechanical citadel, you hear Darius's voice. You could have left. I told you to leave. Now you're all going to die here. And we'll continue the fight after the break.
Okay.
But we just got some stuff flowing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
He's coming in here. Yep.
We'll do some accounting
Guillaume.
on that stuff over the
Guillaume.
break.
I just got love. I just got love. That's all I need.
All right.
And Becky, apparently.
I'm just gonna
That's what
give
I
it.
said.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it to
Got me some
Kishana.
love. I'm sorry, it's not love, it's Becky. There's gonna be bruising.
Channeling Becky.
I mean, well, there's academy. That sounds like an academy assist to me.
I mean, it does sound like an academy assist. You could probably do it that way. We'll figure it out after the break.
All right, we'll figure it out
Figure
at
it
the
out.
break. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
All right, welcome back once again. So, after sorting out, we've got all those requests accounted for, and everybody's powers are ready to go and charged up. Reminder, check on the screen for details of what everything costs, all of your options, but both the BitLive requests and the opportunity to use gold are active in this turn. So, without further ado, Puck, who are we playing with?
Everything is ready to go. All of you guys can help. So, welcome back to the show. I like to take this part at the middle of the game to talk about how I'm a very lucky dungeon master, because I get to play with all these cool people who do cool things on the internet. And I like to give them a moment to talk about the cool things that they do. So we're going to start with Guy.
Oh, okay. I'm Kevin, also known as Dirty 20 Gaming. We are right now in that sort of seasonal lull that everybody's in. But after the new year, we are going to be streaming Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights. And then after a very short period of time to get used to that, we're then going to add Tuesdays and some other unknown day when they finally find out where I'm going to be back in Cerberus Ascending with the wonderful folks at Dead Aussie Gamer and Roll for Damage. So, yeah, by February, I will probably be playing 6 nights a week. Life is good.
All right. That's a lot of Dungeons and Dragons per week. Or other RPGs.
Actually, technically, none of it is D&D.
Oh, well. A connoisseur. Pen, what do you got going on?
Hi, I'm Noctum Sky. You can find me on YouTube. I do stuff there sometimes. And yeah, I did Baldur's Gate. I'm still working on some stuff. And yeah, just go subscribe to me there. I'm also here on Tuesday nights for a show that will be mentioned later. And I'm also here for the thing that's not on that channel, which is World Weavers. I always almost forget that. And God, we have so much fun on World Weavers. It's ridiculous. So go check that out on Thursday morning.
Absolutely.
There's a time.
Depends on
1
where
p.m.
you
Eastern
are.
Standard. I know it. I'm there. Anyway, move on because God, I need help.
Next up, Angelo. Angelo, safe pen.
It feels really like an improv show now. My name is Saber, and I am on Instagram at Saber_sensei, doing artwork there. And last week I got to try my hand at being a host for these lovely folks and doing a Q&A, which I think we'll do another one tomorrow. So start thinking of some questions that you'd like to ask the group at the end of the finale. I'd be happy to host that again. So that's what I do.
All right. So we'll look forward to that. And Lilith, are you there? Lilith, tell us about what you do. I wasn't sure. I thought I saw hair in the corner, so I had to make sure.
No, I'm here. I'm just trying not to chew on screen. I'm really hungry.
Oh, that's fair.
I forgot to eat again because I was working on a Christmas outfit for Tifa Lockhart, if anyone's familiar with Final Fantasy VII. I just finished the Cinderella Phenomenon novel game. That's Lilith's first playthrough. Yes, Lilith's first playthrough game. Her little avatar is up and talking and playing the game. And that story was a roller coaster ride. And that's basically a dating sim game. If anyone wants to take a look at that and play that, jump onto my YouTube channel, which is Bombmel Dipper Dog. And I'm going to be doing the Untitled Goose Game next with my Christmas Tifa Lockhart avatar next. So if anyone wants to jump on that, yeah, hit that sub or like or follow button so you guys get notifications when I post it. Don't ask what that was.
Okay. No further questions. Norborg.
Hello, I'm Arcady. You can usually find me hanging out on Twitter, which is Arcady Cosplay. And this week I'm pretty much just hanging out over there doing various crafting projects. So feel free to swing by, give it a like. I occasionally stream on my channel, which is just Arcady Plays. But yeah, I'm just around doing various projects, probably through the holiday.
Hooray! And we look forward to seeing it. Kishano, what do you got going on?
Hi, I'm Jonathan and the producer here. I'm also a bunch of other people these days. I want to take this.
We're gonna get you down to one next year.
We'll get there. You heard it, everybody. 2 of my characters are gonna die. I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsor, Hero Forge, who's sponsoring tonight and tomorrow and all of the episodes for like the last month or so. We really appreciate their support. Please give them your support. You know, the best thing you can get somebody is a custom miniature of their favorite PC or, NPC. But like, do you really want to take it upon yourself to make that for them? Because, gift cards, let them make it themselves, and they're instant. So if you're like, show up at the party and you're like, oh no, I forgot to get something for my DM, you can buy it right there and it's emailed to you. So,
I just realized they have the thing with the little hook that goes on the top of the heads, right? You could make Christmas ornaments out of your actual family members.
Yeah. You know, if you have a 3D printer, you can just get the STL and print them right away. If you don't, there's still time if you're within the US to order your Hero Forge minis printed at madmakerprints.com. That's how you get to my Etsy store, where I will print your Hero Forge minis for you for a wonderful reasonable price.
I want to print Hero Forge minis for you. And last but not least, Jubetta. Like you get. I love you.
Forever. Hey, watch Trash Bin. It'll be the bread and butter of your Tuesday nights. Get it? 'Cause I have bread.
You are still my friend.
Nailed it.
Maybe we should just loaf that joke where it was.
This is getting stale.
Oh man, you're slicing me up, Kevin. You're slicing me up.
Oh. Oh.
Everyone's faces are just dead.
I'll do this all night.
Anyway.
Okay, something toast. That's all of them.
Yeah. Oh no, there's sourdough, rye, we got wheat, we got all wheat, man. We can go all day.
Having a
starting to get stale.
Guys,
so
you're going a little off brand.
Watch Trash Bin because there's a lot of shit like that. So you're into the past 30 seconds.
You can make puns on this channel all you want. I'm not going to give you any flax. This is the rest of the show, everybody. It's just bread and brain puns.
I'll be honest, I always forget about the bit, and so I'm always like, I always have to like come up with something that's within reach, and I just happen to have a loaf of bread sitting on my desk right now. And so that's why I was like, I'm just gonna get a piece of bread. It'll be fine.
Yeah, all
I just thought this was your jam.
All right, it's got a note.
Okay, you guys want to play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah. Yes.
I need to.
Can I just point of order on, because we didn't discuss any of this. Darius now wearing Chadwick as a mech suit. How are we interpreting that?
We are interpreting it as fantasy Iron Man armor.
So narratively is the answer to the question.
How about he gets a point of AC, he gets 20 strength, and his punches are great clubs.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
I'm down for it. Let's roll. Oh, fucking bread puns. All right. When last we left our hero, I need a minute to recover. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sour your dough.
You have to be
stopped. The occasion.
Remember how I said I didn't want any of you to die? I'm starting to slide down.
I haven't made any puns, Sky. Don't kill me.
All right, you're safe.
But this conversation is on fiber.
Nothing wrong this entire time.
Thank you, Sam. Rye, are we still?
This is all I've got. This is all I bring to the table. This is why I'm here.
We got bread puns, y'all. Okay, so...
you're right, chat. This is all a salute to Alt Angelo, son of a bread maker.
Oh, God.
There you go. See, it was canonical the whole time.
Even he doesn't like that pun.
And we brought it home. We brought it home. When
It's a whole
last
new
we
meaning to
left
dad
our-
puns.
we can get there. Okay.
Who said
When
Gilbretta?
last
I'm
we
sorry, that's the last one.
Lilith, you know polymorph, right?
She does.
Sure
It turns
do.
out she does do that.
When last we left our heroes. I'm good. Everything's cool. They were fending off the assault of the Phyrexian hordes when there seemed to be a change in management of these same Phyrexian hordes. As Darius has made his move. How's this going to shake out? That remains to be seen. But we have loaded the wonderful gifts from our fans, and they are prepared and ready to go. And so we go back to the top of the round with Norbog.
Okay. I would like Druid Norbog to use an ultimate to try and take out these worm things that are going after Big Norbog and Lilith. Can I use an ultimate to, like, supercharge one of my spells and, like, use a spell slot, but make it, like, stupidly powerful?
I mean, that's certainly something you could do. That sounds very ultimate.
I would like to cast Heat Metal on the 4 of them and basically cook their flesh within their flesh.
I'll give you 2.
Nice.
That works for me. And I'll kick it up even though it's supercharged, just so you can see.
All right. And this is Druid Norbog doing this. So Druid Norbog pushes out with her power, and the metal frames, the metal skeletons inside these enormous worms, inside 2 of them with all of her focus, ignite into flames as the metal around them glows a bright red, lighting up the night sky, sizzling with the droplets of rain coming down.
I'd also like to then use my... Where is it? My bonus action.
All right.
If I can find it. To get my totem power out. Where is it? There it is. I want my spirit totem out, and I want the bear spirit. So everyone within 30 feet of me, you get... What's my druid level? 8? 13 temporary hit points, everyone within 30 feet, and you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while you're within 30 feet of me, of my bear spirit, not me, the bear. So everybody take your 13 hit points.
Everybody gets 13 hit points temporary. And this big bear spirit is now looming over all of you.
Jubetta's really here for this. This is like, hell yeah.
Like bears!
My bear's bigger than your bear.
Yeah, that'll end Druid Norbog's turn, and it will be regular Big Norbog's turn, and yeah, she's still raging, so she's gonna do her 2 Heartsthorn Thicket hits with bonus strength. So that's the first one, and that's the second one.
And are we going for the swarm, or are we going for the worms?
She's targeting the worms. Sorry.
I'm going to say that you and Lilith both have 1 worm on you.
Yeah, I'll target the worm that's going after me.
All right. So the first swing is enough. The second swing is not. The worm weaves out of the way of the second swing, but you hit it with the first one, and your thorns burst forth in lashing vines and attempt to crush the creature as the onslaught continues.
Cool.
Pens.
Yeah, that'll be it for her.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Right. So seeing this happening, Norbog looks okay though. Like she is very clearly handling herself, correct? Like you're not, you know. So Altman, who knows this Norbog, at least in fuzzy memories, sees this and like verifies and then turns around and both pens nod and we look and Rolda is flying on the horizon. Thank you. Rolda is flying on the horizon, right? Like trying to lift this bomb and like starting to carry it over.
Yeah, she's probably just gotten it off I mean, it took a whole turn for her to just get it off the ground, I think, but now we'll see how fast she moves.
So
yeah, she's starting to get it in the air.
This is not an ultimate, but I am going to try to do, I forget what they call it in other games, but essentially we are both casting spells at the same time to combine them into something that is both. I'm going to cast Cone of Cold with Alt Pen and Wall of Ice with Prime Pen. And what I am attempting to do is behind us, I'm trying to just shoot up like a sculpted kind of wall of ice that is like a luge. It kind of goes back closer to Rolda to kind of cut the travel time, and I want it to end in a lip. So I'm essentially making a slide that ends in a ramp of ice for Rolda to just kind of like get a head start on.
Very well. I think with the combined efforts of both pens, they easily construct this ice slide for Rolda.
Yeah, spiritual weapon every time, but you know, that's just a drop in the bucket. It's just like stab some dude, move on.
So, in between the two turns, in between Pen and Kevin's turn, we've been given 2 dino strikes. So, dum, 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 and there's a roar as Albert comes roaring onto the scene with his mother Snappy. And they storm into battle, snapping their enormous dinosaur jaws around Phyrexians, severing them in half and tearing them up. Norbog, because you can talk to animals, you hear Snappy, "Oh, don't get too far there, son." "Okay, Mom. I'm going to eat these scaly guys. They're not very tasty, but they're easy to bite through."
I just love that Albert's from Canmore. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I deliberately made them Albertosauruses so I could do that voice. Next,
you can't give me crap about puns when that's a thing.
There's 2 dinosaur strikes, so there's more rumbling as a big yellow horned mass who was formerly driving the cart but has since been unhitched charges into the fray. Bowling ball's horns piercing through the Phyrexians as they go flying against his frilled, bony plate on his neck. And Bowling ball just says, "Out of the way," as he thumps through everything, crushing.
There is also a Phyrexian strike from like right when we came back from break.
Yes, there is. And I pop those in at the bottom of the round. But right now, it's Guy's turn.
Okay. Guillaume looks up at the Angelos. Usually when I see 2 of you, it means I've been drinking, but wait a minute, and I have a big drink because I haven't been drinking. Thank you, mes amis. You are giving me great confidence. And he stumbles to his feet and spins around and looks at the 2 worms fighting Norbog and Lilith. and using thaumaturgy to crank his voice up over the sound of the combat. I use compulsion. You do! Leave them alone and fuck off, eh? And they have to move in a direction of my choosing, which is directly away from us and back into the mass of their own creatures.
All right. And Guy unleashes his command on these worms, and they reel back and start rolling into their own lines.
And then in the sky, through the dark clouds now, because it's a storm, right? This thing creates storm clouds.
Yeah.
These little sparks of light are starting to show up in there as well, as they sort of like look like meteors coming back into the atmosphere. And you hear a deep voice that at least 3 of you have heard say this sentence before. When you are fighting ants, you don't stomp the ants. You stomp the ant hill. And the lights start to bend and curve, not towards the mass of creatures, but towards the door and the portal and the center of all of it.
All right.
And then Guillaume looks up, he says, okay, he's got it, I'm fucking good, and goes down behind the wall again.
And these radiant lights from these angels are shining down on this citadel, and it's taking heat.
Conveniently, on the night that technically, if you were outside right now, is the fastest meteor swarm per hour that we're likely to see in our lifetimes.
And I'm missing it. No, stay here. Keep watching.
Goes all night. Goes all night. Goes all night. Yeah, go later.
Goes all night. Goes all night. Next up.
Science
we've
is
got
cool, but
Jubetta.
later.
Okay. Who's looking worse for wear currently?
Everybody's looking pretty good right now, I think.
Are you? Lilith made a face when you said that, so I feel like maybe no. So is that? Okay. All right. Well, then Prime Jubetta is going to cast Healing Word on Lilith, if Lilith is the only one saying that they're not doing so hot.
Yeah.
So that's for Lilith.
All right.
17.
Lilith is healed up.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon, because, you know. And then Alt Jubetta. So how many of these worms are there?
There are 2, but 2 of them have reeled, but the 2 that are left have reeled back now and are rolling around.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to wait on the other thing I was going to do then. So I'm just going to keep moving forward and just kind of keep doing the advance.
All right.
And I'm going to do Call Lightning. Alt Jubetta is going to Call Lightning. And I'm going to use a Channel Divinity to do maximum damage.
All right.
So, and I'm gonna cast it because it's a lightning strike that comes down, and basically anything within 5 feet has to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do it at a center point where, like, centered wherever the worms are, so that it'll kind of get them in it too. And it also gives me control of any storm. So Alt Jubetta can now also, along with Darius, control the Weather Dominator.
All right. Yeah. So you command the lightning with ease, thanks to the efforts of the Weather Dominator in this massive storm that's overhead. And your lightning bolts come down and strike with incredible force, dispersing Phyrexians wherever they land.
Yes. Oh, also, that is a thing, too. automatically when Alt Jubetta does lightning damage, it pushes them back 10 feet. So everybody,
so it
anything that's
little
large or
sixes.
less is pushed back 10 feet from where the lightning strikes.
All right, they're being blasted every which way in that by your lightning bolts as they're being
And then
scattered by this storm.
And then bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon swing. Ding, bing, bing.
Anyway, you know, it's a classic. Probably doesn't get as many with that one.
Yeah,
Go.
not
Alright,
as
that's
many, but you get a little bit out of that. All right. Next up, we've got Lilith's.
I want to mix things up a little bit.
All right, mix it up.
With the way things are looking, I'm gonna have Prime Lilith call for Alt Piztog for some assistance, since he looked pretty fucking badass last time I saw him.
All right.
So curious if that does anything. If not, then if he's like just being part of the masses, then I will go ahead and shoot another arrow. I'm shooting arrows today. Fuck.
You may
Question
shoot
though.
arrows while you like. What's up?
Is Fairy Fire still going on? Because I know it lasts for a minute, but you'd let me know.
Well, the ones that you fairy fired the first round all died.
All died. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you could throw in another round of fairy fire if you like.
Yeah, I might do. Actually, yeah. No, I won't. I'm attacking.
All right.
Hits.
Another shot. Another spirit green dragon form arcing through the masses, tearing them to pieces.
Okay. And then I will cast Bardic Inspiration on Big Norbog.
All right. Norbog,
guessing
you are inspired.
You are stacked. And Big Lilith, I'm going to use my weapon and strike at them.
All right.
Sweet. And then I will use my Bardic Inspiration to continue another attack.
All right.
Which one is it? I think it's this. I don't know what button I'm pressing because I hardly use that. Where are you? I don't know what it is. I think it's this.
We'll see. All right. So you throw in some searing smite on top of that.
Yep. And done.
All right. So you cut in with your sword, your massive flaming blade, cutting swaths through these creatures as they're all falling before your hellish flames. And then we go to Angelo.
Okay, I have a couple things I want to do. The first is I need to know if giving something to someone counts as an action or a bonus action in this case.
I would say that would be a bonus action. Fairly minor.
Okay, so I'm first going to go toward Guillaume, who's hiding again, and say, look, I think you really need this, and I do. And I'm going to pull out that box that Guy used to become Big Mecha Guy. Now, I know Guillaume doesn't really know how to use this box, but I have confidence that he can figure it out with the Bardic Inspiration and give that to him.
All right.
He also has no idea that this used to belong to other Guy, so that's pretty cool.
And then my next question for you, Puck, is I was going to save this to use with Rodan, but he's not here. I have these two orbs, a fire element and a wind element. Is there something
Yes,
I can do with them to merge them in some way to create a secondary, alternate, or other type of storm in this case?
Well, I'm glad you asked. If you would like to do that, and this, when you used your abilities to commune with the elements, I would say that was a rather spiritual experience, wasn't it?
Sure was.
So, if you want to combine these things, I want you to give me a skill check based on how Angelo uses his skills to commune with the elements. Going back to when he first met with them, what abilities did he use to get the elements to accept him?
Okay, that would be probably the closest would be religion and nature.
All right. You can choose either one and make a check for me.
Okay.
And I will let
Okay.
you know how well you command the spirits.
Neither of them are very strong, so this is me really looking to... Okay, and maybe I could use my advantage if need be?
You sure could.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Those are
that.
negative thoughts. No negative thoughts. Oh, see what happened with the negative thoughts.
I tried.
You tried. You combine them together, and you create an adorable little fire tornado, but it's rather small.
Next time. That's fine. And then alternate Angelo looks at the first one and just kind of stifles a little laugh. But then musters his own feelings and holds his sword and thinks the positive thoughts. And I would like you, because we haven't really talked about it much, to say how this new sword works and how alternate Angelo can use the new sword that's gifted by his father.
All right. What does alternate Angelo want to do with it?
Well, just reading what you wrote, it's got something to do with substituting roles. When we had used it before for our friend Harvey, the pickle boy, it was used as like a gifting of healing energy. So I'm thinking something to the effect of making a swing, but instead of it being an attack, it giving healing powers to people, to allies.
All right. Who do you wish to heal?
I only have to choose. I can only choose one.
Well, you can heal a lot of people, but this was a transfer of life force. So how much can Angelo give up?
Right. Well, Dark Angelo's still at full. I was thinking Norbog, but I think everybody said they were good earlier, so maybe I should wait on it. No, you're not good? Okay, I do the heal of Norbog.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. That was shaking my head, but I'm fine. I don't need healing.
Okay. Okay, we're good then. Okay. I will save it then. I will just do another Eldritch Blast then.
All right. You swing your sword. Give me those 6 rolls for Eldritch Blast. Oof. All right. So the first one's no good. Second one's good. And third one's good. So you fire up. One goes wide, and then the other 3 just shoot into the crowds and scatter. More Phyrexian big explosions fire off. Look, we're all sad that the fire tornado didn't happen. Give it another chance.
There's still time.
There's still time. And next up, we go to Rolda Kashano Darkness.
Roldano.
Roldano.
Okay. The little discs on the back. Alternate Zelos had one of those on his neck, right?
Yeah.
And Carl told us that if you take that, if you off, it's real bad, right?
Yeah.
Fucking good. We'll get back to that. Kushano sees the thing that the pens are doing, and he shouts to Rolda. He's like, "Use that thing. Go for the tower." Because he just assumes that she doesn't know what he was gonna do, and he was right. She gets like buffed out with the big wings. Goes, I understand that, and starts making her way over there. She's gonna flap over, basically like curve down onto the tower, set the box down on there, and start pushing it like a bobsled, just like digging her claws in from the back. Her legs still haven't gotten buff yet, though, so that's gonna take a minute to get going. Darius, over in the cart, so he said he can like control the storm now, right?
Yep.
His armor was mostly for defense. He's got this weapon here. So yeah, he's going to try to.
He can control it through the Chadwick suit now. It's connected.
I like that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Great. It's like a remote. So he's gonna try to, as he comes from a military family, I'm sure he got long lectures from his dad about battlefield strategy. And he's gonna try to launch, basically, kind of where the two forces are meeting. Just a little bit into the Phyrexian crowd. He's going to try to throw down lightning bolts on sort of either end to kind of funnel them towards the middle. Get them in kind of a shooting gallery formation, at least for
push them in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that some of these guys with their big weapons can kind of blow straight down the middle. Shano is looking around for alternate Zelos.
Alternate Zelos is... he's at the back waiting.
Okay. Shano is going to attempt. How far back is he compared to where
you can still see him? He doesn't appear to be participating in any of the fighting. He's just back there waiting.
He's at the back of the Phyrexian horde or ours?
Yours.
Our side. Yeah. Can I? Is he 30 feet from me?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. I'm going to bamf up right behind him.
All right.
And I'm going to try to rip that disc off his neck.
All right. It was the prime one that had the disc. Because the
prime one had the disc?
The alt one just slammed the disc on
killed
the
it, right?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You are,
okay.
However, right behind Zelos, so.
Yeah.
And he probably turned into dust, didn't he, or something like that? You said.
No, he's still there.
Oh, his corpse is out there. Okay. Change of plans. I'm going to try to pop the disc off of the corpse then, and then try to bamf behind Zelos and pop it on his neck. So let me know how much of that I can get done in a turn.
I apologize that I'm probably going to complicate the math for you a little bit here.
Okay.
So, when you bamf over to Prime Zelos, as you take a closer look at him, he's alive. But he seems to have been placed in a catatonic state.
Yeah. Good. He's immortal. As far as I know. Yeah. So I'm going to remove this thing, and he should be able to fix himself.
All right.
That's what I like.
You yank it out, there's a crunch, and a lot of, like, material comes out with it.
Material. Fleshy or electronic or somewhere in between?
Flesh, bone, a lot of bad stuff comes out with it.
Nerves. A lot of nerves.
Yeah. I whispered to him.
The hippocampus is just like attached to it.
The other one, I've seen much worse.
I feel nothing.
So you ripped that out now.
I ripped that out?
Yep.
If he dies, he dies.
All right.
Yeah. And then, I guess so. At this point, do I have to wait another turn to bamf again?
I'm gonna wait you another turn to do that.
It is a bonus action, but I don't know if I can do it twice in one turn.
Well, we'll do the rest of your bamf in a moment, because a couple other things happen. Number one, the Phyrexian strike that has been queued up. Also, everybody gets a 1d4 healing. That has been put out. And a strike is launched against the Phyrexian.
One.
Oof, that's a good strike. As the various members of the Avalon Knights Academy fire another volley, shooting whatever they can at this foe. And you're all making ground. You're all moving forward between wyverns and extra warlocks and angel armies and massive explosions, all of this stuff. You are moving forward, and you're pushing the line towards this searing citadel that is on this constant assault by the angelic forces. What happens next is the Phyrexian forces begin to surge, almost like a geyser bubbling up from the earth. More larger, stranger ones begin to come up. And in the midst of all of this, while this is happening, the earth begins to shake again. And it shakes more violently than it ever has before. And you can see the ground starting to separate. It feels like everything is coming apart at the seams. And with this surge, everybody gets attacked. Starting with Jubetta, Alt Jubetta, 18.
For Alt Jubetta, that is tied to Defender.
All right, never
my
mind
armor
that.
class is an 18.
Shano, 21.
That hits everybody.
And that's a 20 for Darius. And that's a 12 for Roll the Max. Kashano and Darius.
I rolled it. Yeah.
Kashano and Darius take 20 slashing damage.
Jesus.
Norbog Big, that is an 11. Norbog Small, that is a 19. A 19 deals you a total of 10 slashing damage. Lilith Big, 21. Lilith Small.
Isn't she? Is this like a ground attack?
No, this is all different creatures coming at you. So there's flying ones, there's ground ones. This is just like an all-out assault.
All right, do it at disadvantage since he's invisible.
Okay. Then with disadvantage, that is a 16.
16?
Yeah.
Misses.
Okay. And then for Big Lilith, that is a 24.
Hits.
Okay. For Big Lilith, we are getting 16 total damage of a slashing nature. Angelo the Bard.
Defensive flourish. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Angelo the Bard, that is a 18. Doesn't get you.
Nope.
Angelo the Warlock, that is a critical. That's the first one I've rolled today. So, we get Angelo the Warlock, you take a critical hit, it's not that bad, of 20 slashing damage as these creatures break through the lines and begin cutting you to pieces.
Grateful for those 10 hit points before. Oof.
Pen the Warlock, that's a 19. Sorry, that's a 24 bonus.
They both hit. It's all good.
Okay. And that is a critical also for Pen the Cleric. So Pen the Warlock takes 11 slashing damage. Pen the Cleric takes 10, 17, 14, 24.
Stop counting.
6.
But Pen the Cleric can take it at least.
9.
Yeah.
That's 29 slashing damage for Pen the Cleric.
Thank you for
Guillaume?
the bear thing, Norba.
At disadvantage because of the cloak.
Yep. With a disadvantage, that's an 11.
Nope.
Guy, that is a 22.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Screeching hordes come for Guy. They only deal 6 slashing damage. Had to go to analog. It was faster that way. All right, so that is the Phyrexian onslaught. After the attack, and as everything surges forward, a few people are isolated. Calazar gets isolated and surrounded by Phyrexians. And this is Prime Calazar. William, Prime William, gets isolated and surrounded by Phyrexians. And Ogbog, the Manslayer, gets isolated and surrounded by Phyrexians.
Yeah, knew it. I've been waiting for it since you said it at the top of the game.
Now it is your guys' turn. Let's see if you can save them. Starting with Norbog.
Yeah, how far is Ogbog from me?
I mean, you're giant. You could probably reach him.
Can I flat out pick him up out of this fight and put him next to me and not isolate him?
You sure could, but you are going to take 2 opportunity attacks from Phyrexians to do so.
Yeah, let's do it. That sounds the easiest way, and I'm pretty strong.
You still have several ultimates?
I do, but I'm
still
trying not
have
to
2.
use them right now.
I mean, that's
still
your
have 2.
dad.
What are you saying?
Because I'm watching. This is also Big Norbog. Big Norbog doesn't have the ultimates. Druid Norbog does. So we're gonna let Big Norbog try. And
They both do, but you know.
Don't let anybody push you into doing stuff. Just
All
I
right.
blurred it. I'm sorry.
So have at her. The 2 attacks come in at. I rolled a 20 and a 17.
yeah, those will both hit. If I die, I'm gonna get me and my dad killed.
So Giant Norbog goes in to try and shield Ogbog the Manslayer and get him out of danger. taking 10, 23, 32 slashing damage from one attack.
I'm gonna die.
And then 15 slashing damage from another.
I'm not dead, but it's not great.
All right. And with that act of sacrifice, Norbog has saved Ogbog the Manslayer.
Worth it.
And you're practically surrounded by clerics.
Huck, do you want me
And
to
we've
add?
got a everybody, Norbog gets a 1d4.
Huck, you want me to add a
What?
community save an NPC goal?
Yes, please.
Oh, 1d4. Thank you, Crazy Eddie. Thank you. I hope it's a good one.
There we go. I've turned the save NPC goal back on. We're good.
I feel like while that was happening, Alt Jubetta was yelling to wherever Prime Neverim is, and she is like, "That's your husband in the other world," like pointing to Calazar.
Yeah, Druid Norbog can join in because Druid Norbog flat out asked me to help her find him. So Druid Norbog is like, found him. Neverim
He's
found
there,
him.
dying.
He's there. We're square now.
She'll make her attempt. She makes her attempt at the bottom of the round with the rest of the NPC actions.
And there are
but
4 save an NPC challenges that just got put up. 5.
Dude.
Well, they're contributing.
So-
they're only 10% so far.
Yeah, they're building up to.
Pardon me. Pardon me. I see.
So,
Yeah.
that was big Norbog. We still have Druid Norbog's turn.
Yeah. Druid Norbog is gonna do what she does best and make things complicated with animals. I'm gonna do
All right.
Conjure Animals. And
All right.
I would like, let's go with 8 1/4.
All right. 8 1/4 animals. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you guys are all a little bit juiced up right now. Your 8 1/4 animals are actually 8-1 animals. And a bunch of
What?
bears come out.
Thanks, man!
Your bear totem summons a legion of bears. Or sorry, a group of bears. Let's call them a group. A group of 8 bears come storming into the fray.
So, with my 8 bears, say
Yep.
thank you for coming, guys. Thank you. This is great help. And I'm going to. Yeah, thanks. To keep this non-complicated
What are we
as
doing
possible.
here? We're gonna go. We fighting these things or what? Bear power.
Yeah, I want to keep 4 of the bears near the Norbogs, Jubetta, and Ogbog now, and
Okay.
I'll send 4 after Calazar as well, because I know Calazar, and he's the one I'm looking for. He's the one I know to look for him for New Green.
All right. Sending some bears to go assist Calazar.
Yep. Also,
And
the
they
bears
go.
have temporary hit points as well because they were in my periphery, so they got 13 hit
Very
points
well.
plus.
These bears are blessed by the bear spirit, and they wade into the fray to go try and save Calazar. And we'll see how they do in a little bit.
They're very blessed.
They're very blessed. Pen.
Very.
I don't think we're flying anymore. I might be on Norbog's shoulders.
Well, Norbog just did like a football dive to go save her dad.
Yeah.
So maybe you are flying.
I guess I'm on the ground then.
Yeah.
So, does my fell steed have enough room for 2 people?
Sure.
So I guess as I'm falling from that, we'll make sure to land on that together.
All right. The other pen hugs you tightly from behind.
So, are these
you guys ride
Phyrexian-
away on your flaming hellskeet together?
Are they considered undead?
These are technically constructs.
Okay, that's very different. So I will have to think of that differently. First and foremost, we're going to close the gap and get over to Calazar. Sorry, William's gonna have to get somebody else. But I'll go over there and just, I guess, Alt Pen and Prime Pen will both just stand next to him, and we're going to simulcast mass healing word. So on everybody, or mass cure wound. No, mass healing word. God, I get them mixed up. There's so many different things. All right, that's that. And then the other one will be here. Healing. And so everybody gets. Do you want me to just split the difference? Because it's essentially one would go to one, and the rest.
Well, let's just say everybody gets a total healing of 22 HP as you guys combine your efforts for your mass healing words.
And we're just essentially body blocking while we're waiting on Nuvarine to get there, because we heard them call for her, so we're just going to try to, like, be there with them.
If you're body blocking, I gotta roll these dice.
Yeah, I figured. Frontline Warlock, here we are again.
And that is a pair of 18s with their bonus that is a pair of 23s.
Yeah, those both hit. Weird. Hey, heal first.
And you both take 10 slashing damage as you try to block off to prevent them from getting to Calazar.
Got it.
Next up, we've got Guy.
Yes, you do. You do indeed. Let's start with Guillaume. He takes the box from Angelo. Oh, good, I can hide in here. And pulls the box open and goes to climb inside. Whereupon, I'm assuming it starts to climb all over him and turn him into this giant mechanical unit. At which point he panics. He's getting bigger and nastier. But the couple questions. Is the portal near where they're boiling out of the ground? Are they basically the same spot?
Yeah, it's right near the area. And the portal has now transformed into a kind of citadel.
Excellent. Are the things in that immediate region susceptible to radiant damage?
Oh, you're fairly certain that they are. You're fairly certain most of these things radiant damage.
In that case, have you seen those drone flights that they're doing recently? Where like a bazillion drones come in and do, like, they make Santa Claus and all kinds of stuff because of the season?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but every one of them is a little white dot. And they come bursting out of a center point in the sky and spread out. They come to a stop 100 feet off the ground, a 71 by 71 grid of angels. And as one, they cast sickening radiance. So I did the math.
Okay.
Each turn...
This is what you're doing between turns? You're calculating?
I've been sweating the whole day waiting to roll it to expose these numbers. Per turn, 220,000 damage. That is enough to kill 325 Tarrasques every 6 seconds, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
So
the grand total damage, if there's anything left at the end of 10 minutes, would be 220 million points of damage. And I'm not done. Because every round they have to make a save, and if they fail to save, they take a level of exhaustion. If they ever take 5 levels of exhaustion, they're dead from that. And they have to make 100 saves because it's 100 turns. And there are multiple angels on each one, so probably 200 saves each.
All right. So a wave of angels comes in and casts this sickening radiance down, creating kind of a curtain to stem the tide coming in. And that puts a cap on how many enemies are coming your guys' way. Because if they hit that radiance line, they're just tumbling out dead. So you guys have reached a point now where you can cut this down.
I got the anthill, like he said, in the very first episode we ever did in the field with the scarecrows, and you guys were whacking them one at a time, and Guy went to the house. Oh, callbacks are wonderful. Yeah.
Are we safe from this? If a PC has to pass through this?
Oh, they're angels in the grid. They can aim where they want it to go.
Yeah, we'll say they make a curtain if Rolda needs to pass through.
Yeah.
All right.
And with that, I'm done.
Okay.
Actually, for the next 10 minutes, Guy's done.
Jubetta, the tide is coming in, and the flow has been stemmed.
Did that, with the way that worked out, is William okay, or is William now still...
He's still surrounded.
Okay.
Oh, right. Sorry, I have to do something. Speaking of William being surrounded, there is another howl as Riptide surges forth. This time, on his back, is Rumble Snarl, Daryl.
Yes.
While Rumble Snarl, just on his own set, from the other world, also surges forward to help. And Rumble Snarl and Daryl dive into the fray. We've got Riptide tearing apart Phyrexians. We've got Rumble Snarl and Daryl doing their best, doing their level best. Rumble Snarl's like, Team Growl fights again, and dives into battle, wading into the fray. And you know what? I'll say that they saved William. They extract him, because that was 2 Academy assists. If that can't save William, I don't know what could. And they leap in, spears flying, flails swinging. They load William up onto Riptide, and they leap back out of the fray, getting to safe distance. Now, Jubetta.
Yeah. So William's okay. Ogbog's okay, and is Kalazar? Kalazar's okay, right?
Kalazar is being defended. He hasn't been extracted.
Okay. All right. So then, in that case, what I'm gonna do, is Prime Jubetta is gonna go over to where both Pins and Kalazar are.
All right.
And she's gonna give Kalazar a ring of water walking. Tell him to hold on for dear life.
All right.
And then she is creating water, and I'll use an ultimate to do it to save Kalazar. She's creating beams of water that Kalazar can run up and get to where Jubetta and Big Norbog and Ogbog and everybody is.
All right.
So literally, it just goes over the troops. So Kalazar literally can just run up and back down without having to interact with any of the Phyrexians.
Perfect. So you raise these columns of water, and they disperse the Phyrexians around them. Some of them get swept up into it and shot out into the air like a geyser and launched away. And Kalazar eagerly runs across them. It's just like, oh, thanks, Jubetta. I'd say I'd pay you back, but I'm probably going to hide. He just goes up across it and out.
That tracks. And then, bonus action spiritual weapon because.
All right, bonus action spiritual weapon. Bonk, 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 bonk.
Bonk, bonk.
You give that a holy bonk out to everybody.
And then alt Jubetta is like whatever. Can she see Darius?
No. No one
Okay,
has
so we
seen
can't. Okay.
Citadel before.
Okay. Well then, and if she can't see him yet, then she's just gonna trust that her invisible stalker is still working on that.
Yeah, let's just
but
say
she
he
is
ain't
gonna
coming
make-
out to play.
Yeah. So she is going to continue making a stride forward. And she is going to cast. She's going to use Drown. And she is a path towards the back. She is going to use Tsunami.
All right.
So she's going to cast Tsunami, which is a water wall that is 300 feet long, 300 feet wide, or 300 feet high, and 50 feet thick. And she's casting it right down the middle, the opposite of parting the Red Seas, basically.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
so this
when
massive wave comes up and shoots through the remaining line of the Phyrexians, basically cutting a path for you right up to Guy's like wave of sickening radiance. And then there's just the two flanks left.
Yep. And then anything that is in that wall takes bludgeoning damage.
They're
and
swept
then-
up into it, like, thrown back into the radiance. Like they're just like, they take damage from the wave and then they're kicked back into the radiance.
So she does that, and she basically is beelining it towards the back of the line, where she is at this point just kind of assuming that Darius is.
All right.
And and that's it. Oh, and the other thing is bonus action spiritual weapon.
All right, bonus action spiritual weapon. Holy bonks happen.
And then Prime Jubetta is going to toss a potion to Big Norbog.
All right.
And she's gonna toss it up and be like, "Drink this." And I'll tell you what it is.
Just regular potion of heat. Oh, okay. See how it is.
So this happens, and then we go to Lilith. Lilith, there's just the remaining flanks to mop up.
Okay. I fire my bow.
What do you got? All right.
That's for Prime Lilith. And for Alt Lilith, is it possible to mage hand the Azrael sword that I left behind? Or is that asking too much?
Oh, sure.
Okay. And if I need to, I'll use the gift that Richard gave Lilith to that reach, which is like 120 feet or something.
Sure thing.
So, I don't know, creative license. As I, try to get that mage hand to return with the sword, can it be attacking, piercing as it comes back to me? Just take some creative
like
liberty.
Jedi lightsaber pro.
Oh,
we'll
Jedi
say,
stuff.
like, yeah, like, okay, sorry. Like a weed trimmer. It spins around as a blade, just cutting a path through these creatures. This flaming blade of the former ruler of Avernus, just cutting swaths through them as you get your mage hand to just spin it around like a cutting, whirling blade through the crowd.
Yeah, I want to
And,
attack. Reaches my hand. Retrieving it.
Absolutely. And then you
What do I roll? Or
Well, I
That's
mean,
it?
that's just going to happen.
Okay.
That's just going to happen because mage hand's just a thing.
right.
And your arrow shoots off and then cuts another swath through them.
And then I will spend my Bardic Inspiration to cast Defensive Flourish. So
All right.
additional 1d8 attack is happening.
All right. An extra 1d8 attack goes into those. They're getting pretty thrashed out there. By the time we get to Angelo, there's just a few scattered units left. And they're trying desperately to get around this sickening radiance. They're not making it. All that's left, seemingly, is to clean up the remaining and deliver the bomb. And then it looks like you guys are ready to achieve victory.
I don't care if there's one person left or 100 people left. I'm gonna figure out this orb thing. Okay, let's do this. I think Shaman, Redan it. Maybe I need my drum. I'm good at performance. Maybe my performance can help me out. Can I try performance as a skill check instead, DM?
Absolutely, you can.
All right, let's try
you
this.
For the fire spirits before.
Yes. Come on, spirits. Drumming away. Waiting for that roll to... Hoya.
All right. You play your drum. And as you play on your drum, your little fire tornado grows and grows and grows. And in the storm, it sweeps up the remaining Phyrexians into it and burns them away inside.
I've learned the thing. Redan would be so proud. And then for the other Angelo, totally tell me you can't do this, but so far you've been saying yes to everything, so I'm going to tell you my thought.
I would never, but go ahead.
Alternate Angelo has been thinking a lot about everything that's happened so far. Right. And one of the things that he misses being a warlock with a patron was this moment he had in the past of summoning Greater Demon. And this idea comes to him that he would really like to actually summon Kadaber to be on his side and command him, like be his master, almost like get back at him, like who's your master now? And like, I don't know, you'd have to flavor it in your own way, but the idea of it, I love to just take that little sucker, make him mine, and use him against my enemies. That's my thought process.
You use Summon Demon, and this may not pay off until tomorrow, but you use it, and I'll let you know more about it later.
Just before I roll that next time too, can I also use my Bardic Inspiration that my other one gave to me to add the 1d8 to it?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So now we go into Rolda, Kishano, Darius. And Rolda, you can deliver the bomb now. You have this slide to give you the boost. Everything's set. Kishano can finish his BAM. And Darius can keep shooting lightning bolts.
So Darius Prim's gonna keep shooting lightning bolts. Rolda has been pushing this thing. Once she got speed going on it, she climbed sort of up and got ready to carry with wings tucked in. Then we go off the ramp end.
All right.
We'll blow the wings out and casts, of course, her spirit guardians. And so she's just surrounded by a cloud of... They're basically just other Roldas. They're just small spirit Roldas flying.
Squadron.
And she goes off to deliver that bomb. Her plan is to drop it on the tower and pull up, but whatever happens, happens. Shano is about to bamf over to the other Zelos he remembers the difference between the two different ways he died before. And so he looks around. Where is Sharp?
Sharp is assisting everybody, killing things with knives where she needs to. Launching her own smaller tidal waves wherever she can.
Okay. So she's kind of out of range. So who is there anybody still kind of back here in the crowd? One y'all.
I mean, there's a couple people. There's we'll say Spoonie's back here. There's
Spoonie will work. Okay.
MT1 here.
Well, I think first he goes over to Darius and he's like, I don't really know you, but you've got to trust me. I need your help. I need you to go attack Zelos. And Darius is like, you're right, I don't know you. And he goes back to the machine and focuses on launching things to clean up. All right. And he looks around and he sees Spoonie. He's like, Spoonie, you know the old routines?
Yeah.
All right.
I know lots of old routines.
You want to be the White Knight or the Instigator?
I could be a White Knight. They can never
so-
find armor in my size.
All right. And he slips the disc over to Spoonie. And he bamps over and just straight up from the front, really hoping that Spoonie knows what he was talking about doing here. Actually, he doesn't even bamp over. He just starts making a beeline for Zelos.
Right.
Sword drawn. What Kashana
Okay.
does. Hoping that Spoonie
All right.
knows this means he's supposed to act like he's rescuing Zelos.
Right. Okay.
So, I don't know. I
So-
feel like this is a deception move.
This is a deception move. Let's see how well you deceive.
I just happened to deceive pretty well. 24.
Pretty good deception. And he's convinced. And
Killed me?
Spoonie picked up on what you got put down. And he slaps it on the back of the other Zelos' neck. And a couple things happen. One, Roldo delivers the bomb. The bomb descends into it, and there is just like a as a massive explosion of this bright, pure light comes out of it. And it looks as though it's going to hit all of you, but it doesn't harm anyone. It doesn't harm any member of the Avalon Knights Academy or any friend of the Avalon Knights Academy. It washes over.
Somebody opened a box.
And immediately after Spoonie gets this disc
A little louder.
onto Zelos' neck. Sorry, immediately after Spoonie gets this disc onto Zelos' neck, the wave hits him. It hits him, both Owen Stones, and the other Zelos, and they go flying. They go flying far off. And it takes a moment for the dust to settle. And finally, the shockwave, the shaking, everything subsides. But then, every single friend and member of the Avalon Knights Academy feels weak. Norbog, Lilith, you shrink back down to your original sizes. The extra surge of energy you were all feeling for your attacks and abilities goes away. And you all feel very tired.
I technically never overused any of my abilities. Does this apply to me?
You're tired anyway.
To be absolutely technically clear, to pure, I never overextended. So
True. Tired anyway.
either character.
Out of the rubble of this remaining place comes Darius, along with 8 other figures. And he says, "Oh, you destroyed the anthill, but I've always favored quality over quantity when it comes to my constructions. And that's where we're going to pick up next week, or tomorrow. Not next week, tomorrow.
Evil robotesses!
I mean, there's 3 of everybody.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
The epic music.
And that's it, everybody. That's it for today. Don't worry, you can still spend coins tomorrow. More stuff's going to pop off. It's going to get crazier. And then we're going to wrap stuff up because it's finale weekend, y'all. No bets are off. You're going to fight alternate versions of yourselves. Shit's going to get crazy.
Right? Well, and I think we would have been done tonight, right? Except for that Braden bought reinforcements for the Phyrexians, so...
Yeah. God damn it, Braden. You reinforced the Phyrexian.
If it hadn't been for that, totally wouldn't have happened. Tomorrow would have been a shopping episode.
To be fair, they're coming through a hole into 220,000 points of damage per round, so they're not, I mean, whatever's happening, they're not coming out.
They got a different...
Right.
So, that was the thing that happened. And
I'm glad we get to keep playing. This is like the most fun I've ever had playing Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you so much for this awesome night, Puck. And everyone is so awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
right back
everybody.
at you. That was amazing.
I'd like to make my finales like the last episode of an anime where just like shit's popping off, people are getting crazy powers, and every time you think somebody's dead, the theme music plays and shit's going down. Thank you so much for joining us. Tune in tomorrow for more of this stuff. Until next time, class dismissed, and stay tuned for the raid, and thanks to our sponsor.
Are you the kind of player who likes to have romance, but in the world of your campaign you never get the chance? Who knows the hearts of NPCs as well as Harpy does? She'll tell you true just what to do. She's your friend because